Hello. Well, there's been a bit of a fuss, hasn't there, about Prince Charles and suitcases of money. This is... I'm not doing any excusing on this one. It's awful. I mean, it's not illegal and it wasn't even secret. It's just the way it looks that's wrong. And because of that, it's wrong because... you know that one about Caesar's wife not only being virtuous, but being seen to be virtuous. And in this case, the future king of the United Kingdom and head of the Commonwealth should not be getting suitcases of money. You know, bank transfers direct to charities is one thing. Suitcases of money is not. And especially from Qatar, or however you want to pronounce it, a country where their human rights record is not exactly pristine, let's put it that way. It's the Guardian. Prince Charles faced fresh controversy over the funding of his charities on Sunday, with calls for the government and the Charity Commission to investigate claims he accepted €3 million in cash from a billionaire Qatari sheikh. Claims in the Sunday Times that Charles accepted 3 donations between 2011 and 2015. So there might be some historical thing there. You know, it might not have been such an obvious problem, 10 years ago. Yeah, maybe, no. From former Qatari Prime Minister Sheikh Hamad bin Jassim bin Jabbar Al Thani, known as HBJ, and I'm not surprised, were described as shocking by critics. Not shocking, but certainly murky. One donation totalling €1 million was reportedly handed over in a small suitcase, and another was stuffed in a carrier bag from upmarket department store Fortnum & Mason. I suppose HBJ just had the money hanging around and, you know, couldn't think of any other way to deal with it, so just stuffed it into a bag and said, here, future King of Britain, you know, why don't you take this away with you? Have a few free samples. The cash allegedly then counted by Charles's aides and subsequently collected by Coutts Bank. Okay, so Prince Charles didn't actually pick up the bag and go with it. They gave him the bag and his aides counted the money, and then it was picked up by a bank. It's not quite the same thing as it sounded in the reporting. Still, not good. Was paid to the Prince of Wales Charitable Fund, which aims to transform lives and build sustainable communities. And he actually has done a lot of good work with that. But Qatar, through awarding grants. The fund told the Sunday Times that its trustees had concluded that the donor was legitimate and its auditors had signed off on the donation. So the charity said it was all right. Still not good. Although there's no suggestion of any illegality or that Charles offered anything in return for the generous donations, critics said it raised serious concerns about the future king's personal judgment, especially given Qatar's record on human rights. One described it as more like the actions of a South American drug baron. I think that's probably over-egging the pudding a little bit, than a future king. While another said the image of Charles's aides counting out the cash was like a scene from TV sitcom Only Fools and Horses. For those of you who don't know, Only Fools and Horses is about a wheeler dealer and his sidekick who was doing all sorts of murky deals and dodgy antique sales and that sort of thing. It's quite a funny programme, although I can't say I followed it with any enthusiasm. Clarence House said in a statement, charitable donations received from Sheikh bin Jassim were passed immediately to one of the Prince's charities, who carried out the appropriate governance and have assured us that all the correct processes were followed. And I'm sure they were, but the look isn't good. And, there's only one thing that I find mildly comforting in that rather slimy general impression I got from this, is that maybe it will be decided by the royal family that Prince Charles doesn't ascend to the throne on the death of the Queen, but hands it straight on to his son William, who is somewhat less tarnished by life generally. That's just the way things happen in life, I suppose. And that's possibly not a bad idea anyway. So, sorry, Charles, you've spent your entire life standing in the wings and things happened to you, and some of them weren't really all that fair. I appreciate that. But, well, that's just the way things are, isn't it? Okay, well, this is Granniopteryx. I'm to be found on YouTube, Rumble, BitChute and Minds. Please subscribe to my channel. Also, subscribe to me on Twitter, Gab and Parler, where I am at Granniopteryx, because I let you know when I've uploaded a new video on those platforms. So even if YouTube, if you're following me on YouTube, if YouTube doesn't tell you, which they frequently don't, then you'll get an announcement on that. If you follow me on Twitter, I mean, I use Gab and Parler simply to tell you about uploaded videos, which you might prefer. If you follow me on Twitter, you'll get some one-liners as well, because I'm fairly good with a quip, I think. All right, that's it. Yeah, so like, subscribe. It does help with the algorithm. Share and contribute to the channel if you can. And till next time. Why not treat yourself or a favoured relative or friend to these magnificent examples of merch? The mugs and t-shirts come in the Granniopteryx design or Grambo, with a firearm or the more deadly knitting needles. Go to www.granniopteryx.com and whatever platform you're watching this on, please click like, subscribe and share.